What's going on, guys? What's happening? Hey, oh man, does my volume sound so low to me today, but it's actually really high. I know I sound like I'm screaming at you. What's going on? Good afternoon. Good to see you. It is 1:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in sunny South Florida, where it's freaking 90 degrees outside. It's ridiculous. Hey, listen, this is gonna be a little different today. Gotta turn up my volume here on my headphones because it sounds like I'm like all muffled up. So it's gonna be a little different today. We're going to be trying out this multi-streaming thing, and I don't even know if it's working right now. So I'm going to double check that before we start. But today is going to be the first time that we're going to try to multi-stream our coffee chats. That's right. So if you don't know who I am, I'm basically Nordwolf, and what I do is I do coffee chat from time to time. I tend to do them on Mondays, but since it was Memorial Day yesterday, we didn't get a chance to actually stream. And when we have coffee chat, we usually have certain things we talk about. As I clear my voice, we have certain things that we talk about. We, we usually do a few minutes of intro, kind of like talk about what's going on, what's happening, what we have planned, or maybe a story that happened. Second part of that will probably be the main chunk of what we want to get started with. A lot of, I start saying and then I'm on a roll. A lot of the coffee chat streams start off with a lot of news. So we just look at some news stories, we discuss them, we react to them and so forth. But sometimes I come in here and I'm like, you know what? There's this one specific topic I want to talk about. And that's what today's going to be. Today's going to be topic based. And so we're going to kind of roll into that. And then usually we do some, we'll talk about some gaming news. We'll talk about some Midjourney and AI stuff. Today's probably going to be heavier AI. And if we have the chance, depending on where things go, we might even get into some gaming later. We're going to see. Anyways, I want to thank the Relaxed Movement YouTube channel, which I love to go to a lot, only because there's some great, just copyright-free music for 12 hours that I can just play in the background and be okay with. It is what it is. All right, hold on. Let me get my chat up because I'm missing chat already. I want to say hello to who's here. And let's see, I'll go over to studio and see if it's I'm going to check before we get started. I want to see if this is all updated and make sure what's running and what's not running, because we have a couple of different options. All right, let's go over to the content. By the way, good morning. Good afternoon. I mean, usually I'm here at 11 a.m. on Mondays, but today's a little different. Over to live, and we might have to edit this, but let's see what's going on here. My desk is a mess, man. There we go. Callie, what's going on? Good to see you. Guino's in the house. All right. Twitch Tuesday. Well, actually, it's kind of multi-stream today. So I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch. I'm supposed to be on Facebook too, so I have to see if that even happened. I have to check. I don't think it updated the messages, so I'm going to double check that. So we'll see what happens. So it's on both so far. I don't do Twitch. I have all kinds of tech issues with Twitch. Oh. Where is Brink? There's Brink. Which one do I watch? What's going on, Brink? Good to see you, man. Wait, what is going on? You guys are talking about, I'm hearing here D&D. Brink is being asked to play D&D. Oh, nice. All right, let me double check a couple of things before we get started. I'm going to look and see if our Facebook is actually playing, because we're doing it on Twitter, we're doing it on Twitch, we're doing it on Facebook, and of course our main home, YouTube. Now there is a way of doing it. Let me see if this is nope, it's not working. You know what, I do not see it live on Facebook. This is very, that's not good. Let me see if I can do live video, see if it takes me to the live. You cannot go live. Your account needs to have an established presence before you can go on. What? So I just, I had started this yesterday. I set up a page separate from my, I have a Nordwolf page that I use for some design stuff, but I don't advertise the Facebook one. It's just there for me to be a part of a couple of community groups. So there was like one person that I know personally that decided to follow me because I didn't send, and she's in there. But honestly, I never use this. So it seems that I cannot do it. Let's see. Yeah, I can't post it in there. All right. So I can't. No. I cannot. Let's see. Is it live now? No, it's not. I'm currently not live. All right. So Facebook is not working. So that's good to know. I won't be doing that. We're going to be talking about this guy in a moment. So we'll come back to him. Let's take a look at Twitter first before we go to Twitch. Let's see if that's up and running. I bet it's not. Nord is too cool for us. You know, like all them games we were supposed to play together. Whatever, man. I'm still here. You always talk about Star Citizen. That's what it is. Let me see if I go to my, should I be able to just go to mine? And yeah, all right. So I do see myself live there. Look at that. Oh, man, I got to work on my posture. I'm like all slouched. So Twitch is, Twitter, it's up on x.com. That just sounds gross. All right. So it's there. I don't know if it's working or not. It seems to be spinning. So we'll have to see if that works. So it is there though. That's a good thing. Let's see where else. Let's go over to, obviously it's on Twitch. We're gonna go there. We're gonna make sure that it is up and running and we have no problems there. But I think the chat should work on all of them, right? Yeah, we're gonna get into our main story in a second, guys. Let me just get through this and we'll see. We should go to creator. Yeah, let's go to creator dashboard. Oh, I'm gonna put this over on the side for now. Let's see, stream manager. All right, there it is. Hide, what's going on? He's trying a threesome. Well, I was trying a foursome, but the foursome, one of the four didn't come through, so it's a threesome today. Okay, let's see which one. All right, so that's working. So all right, so we've got both. Let me see, Guino. All right, I see the chat that's going on in Twitch. I don't see unless I'm looking at it here. So I'll have to look into that. There is a way of seeing both chats, but I don't have that set up right now. Let me see, multi-stream. All right, I think I'm going to refresh the chat. All right, I think this is going to work now. I'm pretty sure this is working now. Make this a little bigger over here. There we go. Okay, so Guino's testing in there. Somebody say something in YouTube for a second. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now I've got it. So it's working on this side. I can actually see it now. I wish I could pull this window out, but I don't think I can. Let me try. No, it does not come out on Streamlabs. All right, either way. It's good. I've got it. Okay, we're good. We are good. In fact, I should probably go. Twitch is less delayed. Lord, I'm doing chores while listening on the new wireless headphones. Nice. How do you like those? By the way, Brink just got the new headphones that I use, and he really likes them a lot. All right, I'm going to pull this out here. We're going to talk about this guy in a moment. Let me go ahead and make this big. I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but this is going to be our main topic today. And I saw this a while back, and then I saw it a while back and I actually bookmarked it. I had it on my screen on my desktop as far as like a little icon to click back on it because I was so disturbed by this freaking video, man. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But then what's funny is that I saw a couple of other people talking about him, and I'm like, I should have just talked about him to begin with. I hate when I do that. So we're gonna go through that. We'll talk about Brink's new headphones. He got the what is it? The Artis? Is it called the Artis Pro Series? Artis Pros. I think Novos. Dude, they're really nice. They're the ones I'm wearing. Noise cancellation, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Let me see if I can find you a link for that. There it is. These are the ones he got. Let's go ahead and switch over. He just got these. Beautiful. And they're on sale, by the way. Look how beautiful those things are. That's what I'm wearing. I love them. They're actually, wait, is this the same one, the Nova Pros? So these are, wait, you didn't get did you get the wired or the wireless? Because mine are wireless. So there's these, and then there's the wireless ones. Hold on a second. Let me find you the right one. Yeah, you got the wireless. So it's a Nova 5 wireless. I believe it's these right here. Let me see. Nope, that's not the one. It's not that. No, it's weird. Why can't I get it? This is it. Okay, these are the ones. There they are. They're definitely upping my work productivity and less noise distraction. Yeah, it definitely is. It's really great. Even if I don't have anything playing, I keep them on. It's just they're so comfortable. So what's great about these is that there's a couple of things that I do love. Once their noise canceling is great. Yeah, they're through about $349. I believe they're on sales in some places right now. They've got this great receiver. They've got this this is the part I love. This is the microphone right here. Now the mic could be taken out like this, but it just sits nice and comfortably in there. Now here's the other thing that's great. It comes with an extra battery, and the battery charges in that unit. So good. All right, it has two USB, so you can connect it to two different things, like maybe your PlayStation and your PC. It has a line in and line out, which is great. I use it with my Go XLR. So it runs through, and man, I'm telling you, I walk around with these things. Whenever I tell you guys I'm going to get a drink, I go walk into the kitchen with them. I go to the bathroom, whatever. Obviously, I don't have the mic on, but it's really good. They are really good. Really happy. I'm glad you got them, man. I don't wear anything else anymore. There's only one other pair of earphones that I wear, headphones, and it's the Beat Studios, I think they're called. They're the ones that are like they're like gold or brown, something like that. They're really nice. Those are nice and tight. I hear nothing when I put those things on, and they have great bass. Anyways, headphone talk, snore. Okay, nice, Guido. All right, enough of that. I just wanted to give you a little hint. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about this guy, and I'm gonna fix my camera because I'm all up in your face right now, which is not good. And I gotta make sure I should turn that off at some point. So we're going to talk about this guy. And this is our main topic for today, by the way. I'm really annoyed at this guy for a couple of reasons. But we're going to watch this. We'll react to it. This is our reaction video. It says it's 8 minutes long. I'm guessing it'll take us 10 to 15 minutes to get through it. We're going to discuss some things as we see it. And then I'm going to, like the description says, I'm going to give you a way of how to prevent this from happening to you. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's go. So let's see this. By the way, let me give you a little bit of context. This guy posted this video a little while ago. He doesn't post a lot of these type of videos. He mostly does gaming stuff, and very rare. It's been like months since he posted like his gaming things. His name is Ashen Guardian, and let me just give him a little quote here. Let me open this in a new window so you can see so you can understand his game page. He has grown in he's up to 487 subscribers, and he actually grew into that in the past just couple of days. He was about, I think, somewhere around under 100 subscribers or something, and all he was been doing is he does these little these like game ones 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago. So it's like when he plays games, he does it. He's not really a streamer or a YouTuber or anything like that, and you'll hear a story in a moment. But his last video, this one that we're going to watch, has actually now gone up to 11,000 views. And I think yesterday was at maybe a 7 or something like that, 7,000 or 3 or 7,000. I can't remember. The point being is that he put this video out there about how he lost his job to AI. And there are so many things wrong with this whole freaking conversation. And we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. Now, not a very exciting video. I'm just telling you now. My reaction will probably be more exciting than watching the video, but it is what it is. So here we go. Oh, you know what? How come we can't hear him? Oh, that's why. Sorry about that. I had my volume all the way down. Like, I don't even want to listen to you, man. I'm putting my volume down. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, in this video, I want to share how I lost my job as a copywriter to AI. And I was one of the first people to actually I feel like I was one of the first people to lose their jobs to AI.
Okay, let's get some timeline here. He says he believes he's one of the first people to lose his job to AI. Now, remember that, because when we're thinking that he lost his job to AI, we're thinking that this just happened recently. Just to give you some information, only because I know some of it already, he didn't just lose his job to AI. This was a while ago. But I want you to hear the story anyways, and I want you to see if you can pinpoint really what went wrong. Because the whole reason I'm doing this is because I'm tired of people, you know, blaming AI for losing their job when there really is another reason. They're just not willing to accept it. And we'll talk about that.
And it's so stupid because on one side I love AI so much, and on another side it's completely destroyed my life and took everything from me. So
It took everything from him. How freaking dramatic. Well, it didn't take your microphone. You have that, and you still have a TV back there. And the cables that are hanging. I mean, that TV might be too high for those cables. You know, I don't know. It didn't take your curtains, beautiful curtains behind you, by the way. It didn't take your beanie cap. Got to have that. So it didn't take everything from you. But okay, let's go.
there's that, I guess. But what I want to say is, like, I was foreshadowing this for quite some time. Here's some context. So I was studying computer science in college, and I remember taking an AI class, and immediately after that class, I just dropped out of college. So
Bro. Taking computer, he's computer science, took an AI class, and right after the class decided he's going to drop out of college. I'm just pointing these things out, baby. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
we took what AI is, what its potentials are, what it's being used for, and what it can do in the future. And I remember thinking, oh, you can teach a computer how to write code. Cool, but like, how am I gonna be useful as a coder if the computer can't write code by itself?
Time out. By the way, do you know the computer cannot write code by itself? It's not like it's just sitting there right now and it's just like you wake up in the morning, you pick up your coffee, you go to your computer, and oh my God, look at that. Computer's writing on its own. No, that's not the way it works. You still have to interact with it. There is still interaction to be done. Don't be a copywriter. Okay, next topic. I can see AI being used as to circumvent the need for humans in this type of job. Yes and no. We're going to get there. Yeah, that's obvious. What's going on, Raymond? I'm willing to bet this is a value add context missing here. Yeah, just exactly. Just wait till the end and you'll see. And we're going to have this whole dynamic conversation about it. So just let's continue with the video and we'll go from there. Very short video, by the way. Don't kick the man, kick the argument. I'm kicking the argument, but I'm kicking the man that made the argument because he's not willing. You're going to, by the way, by the end of this video, I think you'll be with me on this. But he's not a coder. He is a copywriter. Okay, but remember, he was going to school for computer science. That was his thing. He wanted to be he was coding. He has a little bit of experience, I think. Let's just keep going. Let's not make assumptions yet, people. What's up, Troy? What's going on?
And I was like, I don't know how long this will take to happen, maybe 5 or 10 or 20 years, but at some point I'm going to be out of a job.
So when he was in school and he was doing computer science and he had that AI course, he immediately heard all the things about AI and said, you know what, AI is going to take over. It's going to start coding. I'm not going to have a job, 5-10 years from now, who knows? So why continue doing this? I'm dropping out of college. That's basically where we're at.
If I keep doing this. So I quit. And before that, I was studying graphic design, and I quit that because I hated it, and I went into...
So before that, he was doing graphic design, and he quit that because he hated it, and so he decided computer science, and he quit that too. So far, are you seeing the pattern that I'm seeing so far? Stay with me. We're not making assumptions. I just want you to see the pattern. Let's keep going. Hold off all the big conversations till the end, guys, okay?
Computer science, thinking that's a bit more logical and stuff. But then I just dropped out of college. But you know what I thought? I thought, okay, maybe you can teach a computer how to write code, but you can never teach it how to be creative. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Oh my God. So whenever GPT-3 came out, I remember my boss or my CEO posting something on LinkedIn about how he prompted it to write something, and it wrote it, and it did a great job. And Literally the next day, I stopped receiving tasks from this company, who for the past 2 years I'd been receiving an insane amount of tasks every day. And
Okay. So the CEO starts using AI, realizes how powerful it, in this case, I believe it's ChatGPT. He starts using ChatGPT, realizes how powerful it is. And the day after that, this guy starts getting less work. I mean, yes, it's obvious. Someone else learned how to use AI and they're like, oh shit, I can do this. I can do this. And so therefore, yeah, and right away, I get it. Okay. We're on the same page here, people. I'm going to get to your comments in a moment.
I also happened to be the sole breadwinner for my family, so I had that to worry about, but I wasn't really worried because I was good at my job and I knew the company needed me. I was the only copywriter there. So it was kind of like, a done deal. And then GPT-3 happened, and I remember seeing it and thinking, well, this is pretty good for what it is, but I'm not sure it can replace me yet, but I kind of thought it might. And
see, there's a realization right there. And I want you to remember this point because of the fact that he started thinking there's no way it can replace me, but he figured that it can. So there is a realization of realize at some point, it's like an eye-opening moment where it's like, holy crap, this thing can replace me. And so if you even think that, that's the time. That is the time to keep in mind. If you realize that you can be replaced, what do you do? And that's really where we're headed with this.
then I just stopped receiving any tasks, and like a couple of weeks after that, they just let me go.
A couple of weeks after this, which means that he didn't do anything to change it. A couple of weeks after this kept going on, and they ended up firing him.
They were like, "Oh, you're still here?"
My red stapler and I are still here.
So yeah, and
100 points if you know that statement.
I remember feeling like, okay, it's fine. It's not the end of the world, even though deep down I knew it was. And I was like, I'll just find another job. And I did find another job. And ChatGPT wasn't an issue. They hired me. But everything I'd write and send them, they would send to ChatGPT to comment on and then send it back to me. And
so he would do work. He would write an article or whatever he was writing. And he would send that to his boss, and his boss would be like, all right, cool. Throw it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT would review it and be like, yeah, send this back to this guy. Tell him to rewrite it. So essentially, he's taking orders from ChatGPT. What kind of world is this? It's like he's doing the work. Let's go over to my boss wants me to write this. Okay, I'm going to write this. I'm going to send it to my boss. My boss is like, all right, thanks. Gives it, hey, take a look at this, ChatGPT. What do you think? Yeah, no, give it back to him. Tell him to correct this, and this. And by the way, you don't need this guy. So he gets responses back for fixes from ChatGPT from his boss.
And at first I'd work on like the comments myself, but like next I started sending their comments from ChatGPT to my ChatGPT, and it would reply to those comments and send it back and forth. And
this is a company that doesn't need people. I think the ChatGPT should be the boss, and then the other ChatGPT should be the worker, and then they just communicate to themselves. This company doesn't need anybody. This is ridiculous. Oh, okay. Before we continue, because it's just ridiculous, I need to read some of your comments here because I want to understand if you guys are on with me on this. I know some of you are upset and thinking that the poor guy, don't be mean to him and stuff. No, I'm sorry. This is not about being mean, but this is about, I want this to be an example for other people that are finding themselves in the same situation. And instead of blaming something else, you really need to look inside and look at yourself. And that's really what this whole conversation is going to be about in a moment. Let's see. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. Obviously, blah blah blah. This is interesting. Good afternoon. Okay, there was a couple of things. Lazy kid can't hack college. Blames job loss on the AI. Film at 11. Exactly. Better learn how to salt fries. Oh shit. Sounds more like someone who hadn't found his spot yet. lots like that. I do get that, but this is I think a little bit further than that. I think this is somebody that no matter what they take on, they quit. They self-defeat themselves, and I think and you're going to see that. And I get you're making an early assumption about this guy saying it sounds like he's just having a tough time finding what he likes. No, there's a lot more to unwrap here. There's more to it than just that. Wait, robots do that? Okay. AI does not work that way. You have to review what's the output from the AI and ensure that the accuracy and effectiveness functions the resulting output. Exactly. I mean, you can't just take AI blindly, but not only that, you actually have to tell it what it is that you want. You have to work together, but we'll get to that. I have a big one searching for an easy job that an AI can do. I have a big one searching for an easy job. Nice. Cue Pac-Man film music. Nice. He proved that AI can do his job better than him. That's basically what he was seeing. He's like, what is it that AI is doing that I'm not doing? Let's be honest, and it's kind of an easy job at the end. You just need you need an education. That's what it comes down to. But there's a little bit more that you need. You need something else as well. Good job, Guido. You got the 100 points. He stopped adding value. There you go. There you go. Now we're on this. Now we're getting there. My bias is showing. No. Listen, I am pro AI. Yes. And I will tell you the places that you have to be careful with. And I'll tell you the things that you should be concerned about. But yes, I am walking into this as someone that uses AI on a daily basis, but uses it. It doesn't rule my life, and it doesn't take my jobs away. If you go for a job that you are the one that you are using your expertise, that there is a less chance that a machine can do your job if you have the expertise. Correct. He chose the easy way. Part of this feels like a person who hasn't found their thing yet, just like Hyde said. Kind of feels like someone who doesn't self-evaluate well, either, but I'll hold off opinions and give it a little chance. Yeah, I think you're on the there is a part of that in here. There's definitely a personality thing, by the way, and we'll talk about that. Which a lot of people, by the way, have this, and it's not their fault. It's society's fault in a sense, but it's up to us to make a change on that, and we'll talk about that. I heard this guy before. Don't feel sorry for him. He admits he saw the signs and did nothing about it. Thanks for ruining the ending. You must be friends with Hyde. Just kidding. Hyde did that to us last time. And that wasn't his job. He was a copywriter. He was not in that decision process. The powers that be made those decisions. Let's continue. There we go.
And eventually it just became ChatGPTs talking to each other. Like,
yeah.
I swear to God, it was like there's no people at that company.
That's what it sounds like.
Point is, I ended up quitting that job because I just absolutely hated it. It was horrible.
What do you do when you're at a job that you don't like? There's two options. Obviously, if you're gonna decide on quitting, what's the I guess I should say, what's the first thing you do before you quit a job? I think anyone in their right mind knows this. Unless you're being tortured, unless it's a toxic environment that is harming you mentally and physically in some way on a daily basis, there's something that you do. Search for another one. You look for another one first. You don't quit a job unless you can. I mean, there are times where it's like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to quit a job. I'm going to take my time finding something. It's fine. I just need to get out of here. And that has happened. Hell, I've done that. But I'm saying when you're like, this is something that you have to really think about when you're moving forward. Find another one, get another one first, line it up, then leave. You don't just quit, especially right now in this job market. When I did it, it wasn't this job market. But in this job market, you can't do that. Get another one, exactly. Find another job, then quit current bad one, which ain't easy these days. It's true. It's not easy to find a job these days. I know a lot of you can talk to that. Here we go.
And today, I actually regret leaving that job because
why?
It was my last job.
Mm-hmm.
And
how long has it been?
Ever since then, I've been applying to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs and getting nothing.
Correct.
No freelance work, no
Nope.
full-time, part-time
Nothing.
contract, nothing. Just it's gone. Everyone I talk to is obsessed with automating everything, with getting rid of their marketing team and just having AIs do everything for them. So there it is. It happened. And since then, I've been doing nothing. I've just been gaming, and I'm trying to upskill. And
hold on. So he started off, by the way, it's been like 2 years since he lost a job, I think. He has he's done nothing. And this is where he talks about what he has been doing, but he definitely has been doing nothing. So let's see what happens here.
And learn new stuff, so maybe I can be useful in different ways.
So he wants to learn new stuff.
3D modeling and Blender. I'm learning some game design.
By the way, all of which can be done by AI now, or with AI, I should say. So if his concern is to not be taken over by AI again and lose his job again, he's going down the wrong hole.
I don't know. I'm doing a bunch of stuff, but none of them are making me any money, or neither do they have the potential of making me money, because I'm not good yet. It's not like with writing, where I've been doing it all my life, and I could actually work. And
when he says all his life, I'm trying to figure this out, because if I look at this guy, he looks like he's in his early 20s. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he looks like he's in his early 20s. And when he says all his life, I'm thinking, how long is that? And not only that, but he didn't go to school for writing or for copywriting or anything like that. He went to school for graphic design, dropped out, and then went to computer science and dropped out. So I don't, and obviously, if ChatGPT can outright him, I wouldn't say that he was doing a good job in that either. Again, that's an assumption in my opinion, but these kind of statements, when you say, I've been doing this all my life, I'm really good at it. Obviously, no. Don't, these blanket statements, and it just doesn't make any sense when somebody says that to me.
And be productive and useful and make money and whatever, but this time it's different. It's awful, and I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it. I saw this guy, there's this video that went viral of a guy saying he lost his job, like now, as a graphic designer. I'm thinking, it's been fucking a year or whatever, or two years since I've lost my job as a copywriter.
So it's been 2 years. By the way, the video he's talking about, we've all seen this video. It just came out a very short time ago. And it's another guy that lost his job. He was a graphic designer. But even in that video, if we were to watch it, which we're not going to watch it now, but if we go and we listen to that video, that guy even said he went from working a 9-hour day, I think it was like a regular 9-hour day, 8 or 9-hour day, to only working like 2 hours a day and having the rest of the day off because they stopped giving him work. More and more, he started realizing he was working less. And do you think he did anything about it? By the way, that's the other guy. Did he do anything about that? He did not. He just enjoyed the fact that he only had to work 2 hours a day and was getting paid for a full day's wage. He's like coasting with it, enjoying it. And guess what happened? They fired his ass. And I would have fired him too. Because guess what? If I'm working somewhere and I'm getting paid full time for a full week, let's say 8 hours a day, minimum standard, and I'm only getting 2 hours worth of work and I'm getting it done, and then I work for 2 hours and I've got the rest of the time to coast, you know what? I'm going to be out there trying to figure out what the else can I do or what the hell is going on. Because one of two things is going to happen. Either they're trying to get rid of me by giving me less, and so I need to figure out what the hell's going on. What do I need to do to stay here if I want to stay here? Or two, it's time to go. Because the shoe's going to drop. It's just crazy. So that's, these two guys have this guy and the guy in that other video, which I can't remember the name, but you can find it. AI took my job or something. He's a graphic designer. He talks the same exact kind of conversation here. Oh, I was only working 2 hours a day now. That was awesome. I got to play. Yeah, you freaking took advantage. You were getting paid for something you weren't doing. Of course they got rid of you. Let's see. Hyde is saying something here. I just want to read it. We have people his age throwing hundreds and hundreds of resumes out there and get nothing. Tech market is flooded, drowning, it's flooded. And yes, copywriters are being replaced by AI. No, it is true. Of course, it takes I'm not going to give away my ending. I'm just going to hold on to that. But you know what? There's one thing. He can't compete right now. And I'll be honest, he can't compete because he doesn't have the skills, nor does he have any educational background. And he doesn't have a good track record of holding a job either. So this guy has screwed himself in 3 different ways. People working with AI, my God, so beyond flooded. You know, I hate to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to touch that one until later. If he really needed a job to survive, he'd be doing something. Correct. True. I've been automating processes for 30 years as an IT professional, and the only true change is the tools that are available to you. There you go. Thank you very much. And we're going to hold on to that statement for later because I'm going to kind of talk about that. You're assuming his company cared about the quality. What the hell does that have to do with anything? That doesn't have anything to do with this. All right. Sweep floors, mow grass, do something. Well, he was doing that for himself, I'm sure. For a lot nowadays, that is a lot of work, we know. Holy crap. All right, we'll come back. Let's see. All right, so hasn't worked for 2 years, having a hard time, realizes somebody else has lost their job with AI as well, or that is blaming AI to lose their job. So let's go.
Operator. And
what's up, Solar? What's going on, man?
And other sort of creatives, like in the workplace, are thinking that they're gonna lose their jobs. It's like copywriters were the first to go, and every copywriter, not every, but like a lot of copywriters I've talked about, just like kind of want to tell you that you're bad at your job, or like they want to virtue signal that they're better, or they can find clients because they're good, or I don't know what they're trying to do. Point is, that was GPT-3. I lost my job to GPT-3, not GPT 3.5 or 4 or 4 Turbo or O or any of that, right? That was just GPT-3. Was enough to replace me as a copywriter. And you might think I was bad, and I'll give you that. It's fine. But
that right there was self-defeating. You might think that I'm bad, or that I was bad. And I'll give you that, he says. He's already self-defeated. The thing is, what do? Do you stay in that?
It's not really the point. The point is, I can't find a job anymore. So I guess what I'm saying is subscribe, because this is what I'm doing now. Oh, God.
Oh, bro. You know, we all know streaming and YouTube, YouTube Live, or videos on YouTube, or even streaming on Twitch, or everything else that we have. It's not a guarantee, man. It is a 50-50 thing. If not, it's probably worse than that. Let me tell you, it's either you hit it or you don't hit it. And it's some days it's going to be good. Some videos are going to take off. Some comments or topics or shorts or whatever are really going to go viral. But that does not mean that's going to pay the bills for the long run. There are few and far between, a few people that actually make it, that do really well in it. And there's a certain characteristic to it. I am talking to you from obviously experience. Even though it's never been my goal to be a huge streamer, I've done it. I've lived in this. I know the drama that goes around it, and I'm very familiar with a lot of the big streamers and what they do and how they do it, and I enjoy their content as well. But the point being is, anybody that is looking at this as this is what's going to get me out of the hole, it is not. I'll tell you what YouTube and Twitch and streaming and everything is. It's a great promotional tool. It is a freaking fantastic promotional tool that you can promote what you do, promote yourself, promote your work. Anything. That's what's great about it. But yeah, no, not I'm going to make videos and make millions of dollars, or stream and people are going to just give me money. No, it doesn't work that way. 1 in 100 more like, maybe. Yeah. Okay. But he's he's self-defeating already.
I mean, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, but I never thought that this might be my only chance, because
no, it's not.
Other than that, I think I'd have to open and run my own business or something like that.
There's an idea. There's a great idea. Let's hold on to that one. Open your own business. That's an idea.
Because, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, copywriting is dead. I don't think you're like, yeah, the high level, very high level copywriters, the very high level marketing writers are going to keep their jobs. Not every writer is going to lose their job, but a lot of...
That's not true. I think even the people that are even the, like he's saying, high earners, or the ones that are like know their shit and have the background and whatever, even those guys can lose their jobs. But it's not because of just AI replacing them. And I'm just going to give you the tidbit because you guys already know this. It's not about AI replacing your job. It's about someone else that knows how to work with AI as a tool that is going to replace you and take your job. And that is the main thing. If you don't learn to adapt it to your routine, to your process, to make you more efficient, more efficient, more productive, you're going to fall behind. I don't care how awesome you are and how many degrees you have behind you. If you don't incorporate it into your workflow as the years come and as the months come, you are going to probably suffer in one way or another. Because guess what? Unless you work for yourself and you're the one paying your own salary, the boss that pays the money is going to be like, how can I cut cost? And that's what's going to happen. So, I mean, just take that into consideration. Let me read some of this. The younger generation learned from our mistakes. They are not letting their entire lives revolve around their jobs. They are not breaking themselves to earn crap pay. Good for them. That's a tough statement. It's like, that's kind of like, listen, that goes with know your value, which I'm huge on. That's the know your value thing. Know your worth. And that's really important. But there's a fine line between know your value and I'm not willing to do that. You're not paying me enough. There's a very fine line between that. And I think the arrogance of some young people that are in the workforce today or are not wanting to be in the workforce today is because they feel that certain things are beneath them. And I think one of the things we need to learn, young people need to learn, and we need to help teach them is, yes, know your worth, but you need to build your worth. And you need to work hard and start at the bottom and raise yourself up. And I hate to say it, but I'm sorry. It's saying know your worth by itself and saying, oh no, that's beneath me. Hell no, that's wrong. So I think that a lot of young people will have that mixed up right now. They shouldn't complain when they have no money. Exactly. And that's my point, because then they complain they have no money because they're not willing to take a job. Well, I would never do that job. I know Hyde's going to be mad at me because I'm I'm being an ass. Speak to his worth ethic. That took him 2 years to make, and AI took my job video. Sorry, not sorry. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. 1 in 100, more like it, maybe worse. Yeah, we read that. Okay, sorry. Then I guess I'm an outlier. I see the problem and totally agree that work system is broken and abusive and we should fix it. Not going to kick a young kid for venting. It's not like Brink just said. This happened 2 years ago. What has he done since then? And that's the thing. Now, if I would have looked at his YouTube page and I would have seen that for the past 2 years he was putting out videos, doing streams, doing daily streams, and like maybe doing some how-to videos or this is where I screwed up and maybe it'll help somebody else. That would have been great, because then he would have been doing something and he could have taken that skill and maybe evolved that into something else. Or realizing ChatGPT took my job, maybe I should look into ChatGPT and what else it could do, and maybe I should learn how to use it and maybe do videos on that. I don't know. What I'm saying is, but 2 years have passed and he hasn't done anything to change it. So it's not about kicking a kid because he's venting. I think Hyde, you're misunderstanding this whole reason why we're doing this. We're talking about, don't be a slack ass and then complain about that shit hasn't happened for you. That's what it is. 1 in 5,000 or 10,000 can make a living at YouTube. It works for Ray Kid, apparently. He made enough to build that insane PC. The brother's making money. Scum is paying the bills for him. I'll tell you what. I understand your point, Hyde. Okay, that's between you guys. I'm not going to read that. Okay. I'm going to keep on and then I'm going to go back. Oh, Hyde's mad at me.
Of them will. A lot of them. A lot more than I think anyone has an idea. Anyway. Not the point. So this was the whole video. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna keep trying to work on.
By the way, you said he accumulated 497 followers. He accumulated the majority of that because of this video. I think he was at under 100 before. And this video came out a couple of days ago. He's accumulated that because of this video. And I'll show you the social blade and you'll see it.
3D modeling.
He should do more of these videos.
My YouTube and see what I can do. But if you happen to be in the same position, let me know down in the comments. Tell me what you're doing about it if it's happened to you, or if you think that it's my fault that I lost my job and not AI's fault. But seriously, I've been applying to thousands of jobs and just nothing.
All right, Callie, good to see you, man.
And yeah, at first I wanted to stay delusional and be like, okay, I'm still gonna find a job and all of that, but finding a job is not the point for me. Like, that's not, I can go find a job. It doesn't matter. I think if like 20 years from now to 30 years from now, what am I going to be doing? Am I still going to have this job? Am I still going to be useful in this capacity or whatever? And it doesn't feel like it. And
No,
I feel
you
like
won't.
Even if I learn 3D modeling and...
No, you won't. In 20 years from now, at this capacity that you're currently on, no, there won't be no value to you. Absolutely. So this is what we have to change.
any of that, at some point AI is just going to be good enough to do it by itself. I mean, you already have like the Google's new model and OpenAI's new model, and where you can just basically have the camera open all the time and GPT can just read your screen and
Yes,
all of
that is coming.
And Microsoft announced like recall and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, who knows where this is gonna go. I'm sending this video out into the void that is the internet.
He said the void
And
kind, yeah.
not expecting anything really. I'm just gonna put this out there and let it be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would ask you to like and subscribe, but I don't know why you do that. Honestly, this channel is garbage, but
See, this is what I'm talking about. Self-defeating. Dude, you gotta just sell yourself.
I want to keep working on it and keep uploading and see where this gets me. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and good luck.
Okay.
A lot more than I...
Okay. So let's seriously, let's talk about this a little bit. I know that some of you have different opinions about this than I do, and I get it, and especially Hyde. I know Hyde is really mad at me right now, and I'm not going to go on mic with her because she'll yell at me. I'm staying away from that. So let me read the last couple of comments, and then I'm gonna give you my take here, and then we're gonna look at what do we do to prevent this. Obviously, dude, loopholes is a damn American way. We have done it, all of us. Any one of us could jump to the chance to float. Okay, I think I missed the beginning of that. Okay, let me just move on. Hyde was furious. The work system is definitely broken and abusive. Agree with that. I talk crap, but I think this guy just hasn't found something he's passionate enough about to apply himself. Maybe game dev turns out to be his thing. You know, that game dev might not be a bad thing. I mean, I honestly think he should have stayed with that. Okay. All right. So I hear the struggle, I hear the pain, I hear the confusion, I hear venting. This is what this generation does. They vent to the void. We don't get it, but it's what they do. Let's see. That could work for him, but he needs to leave the defeatism at the door. It is not a good look or path to success. That's 100% true right there. I think it's the attitude of, I know my it's garbage, but if you guys want to like and follow me, that'd be great, but I don't know. It kind of sucks. I mean, come on. You think anybody's really going to do that? Hey, you want to buy this car? I mean, it's a piece of shit, but it's all right. It's got 4 wheels. You put gas in, it can take somewhere, but it really is crappy. I don't know. It might die on you, but if you want to get it, do you really think you're going to buy that car? No. Hey, I knew I can build this software for you, and it might work. I mean, it's not going to be the greatest. It's probably, you probably get better. In all truth, it's going to be garbage, but I mean, I can build it for you if you want to pay me. No. This is what it's that kind of lack of what am I you know, I don't even know. I don't even want to use the wrong words here because I do feel bad for him, and there are people that feel this way, but I gotta tell you, you need to start finding it in you to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. That's how it starts. I don't think AI is the problem in this case. I just see a guy lost in the weeds, which I can for sure relate to. Trolling aside, yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. You just said in a broadcast forum that the kid has no value because he doesn't behave the way you think he should. That's not what I said. He said he's wondering. Oh, no. Don't take me out of context. He said that he was 20, 30 years from now, is he going to be of any value in this state? You know, basically in how he is now. And I said, no, he will not be of any value back in the future if he stays this way, for two reasons. And don't take it out of context. That's wrong. Number one, 20, 30 years from now, there's totally going to be an advance in technology. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, which is nothing, not upskilling himself, not learning the technology that's out there to help him in his careers, then he is going to have no value. That goes for anybody. I'm not saying the guy, like you said here, that I'm saying that he has no value. Right now, he's already shot himself in the foot in a couple of ways. And he's talking about that part was in 20 or 30 years from now, what value is he going to have? He's going to have none if he keeps on this way. Whoa, Hyde, you taking me out of context. That's wrong. He needs a good mentor to help him negotiate this period of life. That's true. There you go. Self-worth. There you go. Maybe venting on YouTube helps confidence. I don't think it does. But well, there's two things that it does do. Number one, you're going to get a bunch of people that are going to tell you, real life lessons, never quit your job until you have another one. Yes, even if you hate it. Someone else is going to say everyone is in the same position. They just haven't suddenly realized it yet. It's starting. Give it a year and YouTube will be filled with these videos. So there's people that are going to relate to him. All the best, brother. I can relate to you. I lost my marketing job too recently. Okay, so yes, when you put these videos out there, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, you're going to get a big response of, I'm with you, good luck to you, thinking of you, prayers, and that is the first thing we do, absolutely. But then there's going to be other people that are not going to do that. They're going to be like, it's a hard way. They're going to be like, dude, you brought this on yourself. Stop blaming AI. And that's the part I'm on. Do I wish this kid ill? Absolutely not. I think, you know what? I think he still has a chance to turn around. The fact that I believe he's in his 20s, he's got tons of time to turn this around. He can turn it around today. So yeah, it sucks, bro. I'm sorry. There are a lot of people in that field, copywriting, marketing, graphic design, even some programming, like minor junior level programming, that are losing their jobs. But if you look at a commonality between all those people that lost their job, it's because they were unwilling to get into the technology flow that evolves into using AI. That's all it is. If I pay you 8 hours a day to do a job that's going to take you 8 hours if you do it on your own, and I know you do a good job and I know it's great and I love that I hired you, but if then I find out that there's a tool that will make your 8-hour work in 4 hours or less, guess what? I'm your boss. That will make me more. I can give you another job that you can start for the rest of those other 4 hours. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, he's fishing for advice, but I wonder if he has the initiative to use it. So in that sense, I'm going to show you, because I find this ironic that I use ChatGPT to throw this transcription of his video to see, for them to analyze it, AI, and give me solutions for this guy. And I'm going to read those to you now. Or maybe they can't. He can. He can turn the world around if he really wants to. It's true. I'm in my 40s and have some similar struggles, and the clock is ticking quicker for me. But you're not sitting on your ass. You are still doing things. One, you have several stores that you're still tweaking on and you have out there that you've built into a nest that continue to hopefully provide you some kind of, monetary value. Two, you are continually to study. You're studying. You finished courses in UX and UX design and so forth, UI, UX. You're now doing some programming stuff, and you already have lined up other things that you're doing. So you are doing something even while you've created a portfolio, updated your portfolio, sent out resumes, and are constantly tweaking it. So you're doing something, Brink. It's not the same. They don't have the time, the comprehension, or the funds. Yet, let's use AI for basic humor, compassion, and understanding. Yeah, you'll see. You don't have the time, the comprehension, or the funds? Come on. Hyde, we are so on the wrong side of this today. I don't know why. Normally you and I can come to a common ground with this, or middle point, but it is just not there today. Okay. I'm 5 years from retirement, still looking to improve. There you go. Exactly. I'm still looking to improve. There's lots of places for me to improve. Okay, so I'm going to leave this picture up here only because I want you guys to know who we're talking about, because this is meant to help. This is not meant to hurt. So all of this is meant to help. It is tough love. I'm sorry. I do deal with tough love at times. Hell, I got it from my dad too. So, so let's take a look at this. So here's my here's what I have. So I asked I gave it the whole transcript. The transcript is there. And basically I said to it, really simple. It's not like I did something crazy. I said, so this guy just made a video about losing his job to AI. I'm giving you the transcript so you can review it and tell him where he went wrong in his career and what he should do to sustain himself and his family. And then I gave it the transcript. Okay, so the transcript is there. And basically it says, based on the transcript, here's a detailed review and some suggestions for what he could have done differently in his career and what steps he should take now to sustain himself in his life. Number one, where he went wrong. Here it goes. Dropping out of college. That would have been the first thing that anybody would say. Dropping out of college was probably the first thing that he went wrong in. And I know people have dropped out of college. I know people have taken breaks from college. I have taken breaks from college before. And there's always a reason why we do it. I could tell you my story, I could be honest and tell you my story in a moment, but I don't think we're here for that right now. He dropped out of college after taking an AI class, which was a critical mistake, which is, while it's understandable to be concerned about the future of a profession, a degree in computer science or a related field could have provided him with a broader skill set and better job prospects. So this is one of the things that I've learned when it comes to even computer science in itself. There's people that can do programming and have never gone to college. That would have been like me. I didn't go to college for programming, but I did it for 20 plus years. Now, you could learn programming and you can be really good at it and you can code anything and you can solve solutions and you problem solve and all that. But there is so much more that is taught in a computer science degree in those 4 years that you do. And for some that do 8, in those 4 years that you do, you will learn so many other things that will make you even more well-rounded. And I think he robbed himself of that. That's number one. Number two, a lack of adaptation and skill diversification. I need more coffee. Although he transitioned from graphic design to computer science, he didn't continue to develop or diversify his skills after dropping out. This left him vulnerable when AI advancements started affecting his job as a copywriter. That's what I'm talking about there. See, he totally, once he dropped these things, he dropped graphic design, he dropped computer science. He's like, I'm dropping out. And he's like, I'm just going to get this job. He stopped learning. And then he saw AI came out and, oh my God, people are using AI and they're using it in my job. Should I learn it? Nah, I'm not going to learn it. I'm just going to blame it if I get fired. And so he should have learned it then. He should have, what is this about? How can I use this? But he did not. All right. Number three, underestimating AI's capabilities. He assumed AI couldn't be creative and didn't prepare for the eventuality that it could surpass his skills in copywriting. A more proactive approach to understanding AI's capabilities and potential impact on his job could have helped him adapt sooner. Same thing as the one before. There's only 5 of these, by the way. Not upskilling early enough. When he noticed AI replacing his task, he should have immediately started learning new and complementary skills rather than waiting until he lost his job. Let me just stop there for a second. That's the part that I think is the biggest issue here. When the other guy that we were talking about is the same thing. He noticed that he was getting less jobs, less tasks. They weren't giving him as much stuff anymore, and he decided, "Oh, I'm getting paid for doing nothing. This is awesome." No, that's when you should have been investigating what could you do? Why are you getting less jobs? Because AI is being used. Okay. Continuous learning and upskilling are crucial in a rapidly evolving job market. There you go. Relying solely on copywriting. He relied heavily on his copywriting skills without exploring additional roles or industries where he could apply his talents. This narrow focus limits his job opportunities when copywriting positions dwindled. See, I agree with that there too, because of the fact that, number one, I don't know how long he was in school for, but I would think that if he had an interest in doing these things, he probably had some skill in them. Computer science, he might have had a little bit of coding knowledge. And as far as graphic design, maybe he had a little bit of knowledge in that as well. So he could have tied all 3 of those together and he could have done something else. That would have been a great thing that he could have really explored. I offer these skills as well, and market himself a little bit better, other than I just do copyright. So this is what he should do now. Now I'm going to go through those, but let me read some of your comments. I'm a lifelong learner, sort of addicted to it. It's a blessing and a curse. No, it's never a curse. Knowledge is great. I mean, it's great to always, I don't think we should ever stop learning. The most important thing you learn in college are not about your major. It's true. Learning how you learn is the best lesson from college. Yeah. At least ChatGPT 4 can tell me why I can't get a job with a more human voice and emotion. It's a little more empathetic now. Yes. It'll let you down easily. All right. So now he's like, what do I do? Right. That was his question. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to do YouTube and maybe I'll make money here. So the second part of the ChatGPT response was what he should do now. Number 1, develop a growth mindset. There it is. This is number 1. Number 1. Instead of feeling defeated, he should adopt a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Let me say that again. Instead of feeling defeated, he should adopt a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. That is advice for anyone that struggles with that. Everything should be an opportunity. And there was the programming company I worked with, a consulting firm. The boss had one rule that he said that he did not want anyone to use a certain word. You want to know what that word was? Problems. He never wanted you to say it's a problem, or there's a problem, or I'm working on a problem. They were not problems. They were challenges. That's a great mindset. Actually, you know what? That's gotten me very far in my thinking. I don't see things as a problem. I think things as a challenge. It's an opportunity, good or bad. Let me down easy, Scarlett Johansson AI voice. Stop it. That is not her voice. Number 2, leverage existing skills. He has experience in copywriting, computer science, and graphic design. Combining these skills could open up opportunities in content creation, digital marketing, UX, UI design, and even technical writing. There you go. You see, isn't that what I just said a few minutes ago? Problems are opportunities. We just don't call them problems. Explore AI and tech integration. Instead of viewing AI as a threat, we should look for ways to integrate AI into his work. Learn how to use AI tools to enhance his productivity and creativity, can make him more valuable in the job market. Oh my God. Seriously, isn't that what I've been saying for like weeks and months since last year? It's a tool, man. Learn how to use it in your existing job. Then you become indispensable, untouchable. Focus on upskilling in high demand areas. He mentioned learning 3D modeling and game design. he should continue with these, but also consider high demand fields like data analysis, machine learning, cybersecurity, or web development. These areas are less likely to be fully automated soon. That's a really good point. So 3D modeling and game design there's going to be a lot of automation with that. And obviously with all these other ones as well. But there's nothing wrong with being a good data analyst. There is not a lot of good ones of those. We're still in high demand. We need those. Machine learning is another, that's current. Cybersecurity is never going away. And web development, that's not going away either. I mean, yes, there's a lot that you can automatically do now, but still, there's more to it than just putting up a website. Just FYI. And here's, oh my God, they gave him, look, there's a lot of information for him to use here. I'm going to try to go through these quickly. Build an online presence. That's what I was talking about. YouTube. Use YouTube as a promotion. He should actively work on his YouTube channel, providing value through his content, sharing his journey, tutorials, and insights about adapting AI can attract an audience. You see that right there. Monetization through ads, sponsorship, and affiliate markets could provide income. I wouldn't hold my breath on those, but hey, if that happens, that is awesome. Okay. Networking collaboration. I think this goes without saying. Just network with professionals in the field that you desire. That will open up doors for opportunities. Also join some online communities, attend some virtual meetups, collaborate on projects to gain exposure and experience. Networking is always great. That's a great thing to do. Consider freelancing and gig work. Obviously, places like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn can still be valuable. While he may struggle to find freelance work or even jobs, he can still do that. Offering a service in areas he excels in can provide him interim income while he transitions to a new career path. And that's a great thing. Like if he already has some skills that he can actually put himself out there for while he's looking to build up his other skills, that's what he should keep doing. Guys, I've been doing that for I don't know how many years. I keep offering whatever services I can do right now while I'm learning other skills. Yeah, my only skill is not talking shit on the mic, okay? Just so you know. You are really good at talking crap, Nord. You can just rant all day about shit. That's a great quality. No, that's not all that I have, damn it. It's just my stuff doesn't apply to you. That's all. Stay updated on industry trends. Here's another. Keeping up with industry trends and continuously learning about new technologies and methods would help him stay relevant. Online courses. Who's doing an online course right now? Raise your hand. I know a couple of you. All right. Online courses, webinars, and industry publications are great resources. There you go. Okay, so summarizing it up, we've already, I could have just read this, but it says for immediate steps, upskill, YouTube channel, networking, freelancing. There you go. That's what he should be working on now. Immediate steps. Long-term, integrate AI into everything that he does. Continuous learning, that's important. And career flexibility. Be open to exploring various roles and industries where your skills can be applied. By taking these steps, he can turn his situation around and build a sustainable and fulfilling career despite the challenges posed by AI advancements. Thank you very much, ChatGPT. That's how you use AI, people. There you go. You see, that's how it all comes together. I don't understand why people fear AI. It can actually help. It's just crazy. Guys lose jobs to AI, and now AI is telling him how to be better. The world's gone topsy-turvy. But see, it's like, listen, it's almost as if you were the guy, like, you came in as a new guy, and you replaced another guy, and that guy loses his job. You as a good person, because you have the knowledge that you have, and are a little bit more of a mentor, you can be a mentor to him because you're a little bit up there. You go to the guy that lost the job and you say, hey man, I'm really sorry that you lost your job. This is not my intention, but let me give you some advice on how you can improve your situation so this doesn't happen to you again. And you know what? If you're the guy that lost the job and somebody offers you that, even though it's the guy that took your job, the last thing you want to do is say, you know what? Screw you, man. I don't want anything from you. That would be stupid and ignorant. If somebody's offering you good advice, and wait till you hear it. It might be bad. It might be good. You never know. Listen to them. And then you decide if it's something that you can use. Or maybe it's going to provoke some thought of something else that you can think of. I'm just saying, that's what ChatGPT is doing. It says, yeah, I took your job. But let me tell you why I took your job, and let me tell you how you can prevent this from happening again. Upwork as a dumpster fire, would not recommend. Yeah, I think I don't know, man. There's so many dump fires everywhere, but I'll take your word for it. I don't use that. Rant. I don't know. Ranting like fine wine gets better with age. 99% are gonna say screw you in that situation. It's true, because the human factor, and probably key the guy's car. It's true. If that guy that took your job then tries to turn around to, it's like the guy that takes your girl. You know, if he turns around and he's like, bro, I'm really sorry that your girlfriend left you for me. Can I give you some advice on how to how to better your chances next time? You'd be like, screw you. Screw you, Brad Pitt. Screw you, Ryan Gosling lookalike. Damn you. Screw you, tall guy. Yeah, because the guy's gonna be like, let me help you out. Get taller. Sorry, man. Can't do anything about that one. Asshole. Oh, man. Anyways. Gosh. You know, I hope you guys got something from this, because I know I did. I got a lot. But I don't know if this guy will ever see this. I doubt it. You know me. I'm a small streamer. It's not like I've ever seen. There we go. Self-defeating. I don't think he'll ever come around on this, because I don't think he's out there actively looking. But if he does see this and he is listening at this point, it's not about making fun of you, because that's not what I'm doing. And I'm definitely being very hard on you. And it's for a reason. Somebody needs to give you a good kick in the ass and say, snap out of it. Buckle up, Buttercup. Put on a helmet. Life's tough, but you can do this. All right? Stop quitting things and just start doing them. Finish them through. Get what you need from them. Learn AI. Use it in your next job. Just don't depend on it. Don't let it do everything for you. That's all. And stop talking down to yourself. Talk good things. Don't say, only if you want to join my channel. Just say, hey guys, I really appreciate it if you guys like this for me, just like I do. Hey, if you're enjoying this, go ahead and like it. Even if it's not your cup of tea, I'm sure I say something at some point that you'll be interested in. So just go ahead and like this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, whatever it is that you want. I would love it. It would make me very happy. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. Am I worth a cup of coffee? Absolutely. Trust me. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. No, I'm kidding. It is what it is. All right. I have education to work. Wait, I have education to work at a bank and had the chance to, but stayed away and kept working as a bartender, which job is more likely to be taken over by AI. There you go. Yeah, well, I would never see just banking taken by AI. There's no way. People will not trust just the computers to all the numbers. The monies? No. But by the way, the bartender job will be taken by AI. Do you always, come on, you've seen in the sci-fi movies, it's always a robot mixing drinks and putting them out there. You know the bartender job's going to be a robot. Come on. Life is tough, get a helmet. Candace Owens. No! Life is tough, get a helmet is freaking a Dennis Leary. She took that from him. Anyhow. All right, so that's that. So that's what we got today. But I got a couple other things I want to go through. You guys ready for the next set? And it is AI related. But it's, come on, this is fun AI. Can I close this guy now? I think I can. Good luck to you, Ashen Guardians. I'm sure you'll be all right. All right, let me close this out. Okay. Here's a new one. Let's switch. You see this magazine? That's the latest issue of sorry, I'm doing things at the same time. That is the latest issue of Midjourney. Is the issue number 13. And that issue, my friends, while I'm working on something in the background that you can't see, haha. Duplicate channel. That issue is still using 6.0. which we should be seeing something new on that soon. I'm going to break down here. But there's an image in here because I always think of this. And this is the video I was trying to make before. And then I just realized, I'm like, I don't want to make this video. I'm just going to do it live. So there's an image in here. I'm going to show it to you. All right. So this is the image we're talking about. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen in a second because I do have a file of it. And I've always wondered to myself how they pick these things. And the truth is, not a lot of them are great, or I don't know exactly what it is that they're looking for when they choose images for Midjourney. But one of the ones that always sticks out to me is when they have these nonsense words that are part of the prompt that do nothing to the image. And so that's why I want to do what's called a breakdown of the AI prompt, or I should say of the Midjourney prompt. So let's do that. So I want to kind of look at this for a second. And we're going to do a breakdown of this image, and I need to bring up the image so you can see what we're talking about. And I'm really going to go through this piece by piece, but it won't be a long time. Don't worry. Let me find my downloads and let me find the image real quick. There we go. Okay. Oopsie. Just going to click on that. All right. So this is the image we're talking about. It's a great looking image. It's nice. And then this is a prompt. And we're going to say who it's from. It's from page 7 of the Midjourney magazine. And this is, again, the magazine here that we were looking at a second ago. Okay. With me so far? Issue 13, Midjourney magazine. This is the user, Zhuty, Zuti? I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. So that's the... That's design. And this is the part where I read through this and I can see that the main subject is back view of warrior facing a dragon. And the warrior is holding a sword. So I know that that's kind of like the main thing about this. But then we get into these other words that are in here that really serve no purpose. And some of them, you don't even have any clue what they are. Like, for example, Y2K aesthetics. What the hell is Y2K aesthetics? Also historical, Xmas punk, those kind of things. I don't really know if it does anything. Joyful atmosphere, I'm kind of questionable about. Now, village core, I know is a certain style, but I don't think it comes through here. And so we're going to see this. Later, I'll stay young. All right, Troy. See you later, man. Nice. Sorry, I was reading some of your comments. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to run this. And what I did was I broke this down. Where is that? Where are you? Here you are. So I broke this down into what parts it is, right? So we'll go ahead and close this. We didn't need this. We're going to close this. We know what this looks like, but we'll keep it up on the corner up here. And then this is what we're going to run through. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Somebody was here. Finish my coffee. I need to get my drink and we'll get started. So this is the actual prompt. And I'm going to start by just, if I run the prompt as a whole, let me just get the prompt as a whole. That's probably the best thing to do. This is the original prompt right here. I'll go ahead and run it and see what we get. And I'm sure I'm not going to get the same thing. Okay. So, not bad, right? I mean, it's an image. It's a good image. It's not a bad image. Again, I don't think a lot of these words are doing anything. But there you go. So we get the image kind of like similar to the original one. But what if we break this down and start with the very basic part of it? And by the way, we're going to keep this at 16 by 9 in a moment, so that way we'll always get that. But the very first part of this was back. We're going to skip wide shot for a second. We'll do back view of a warrior. Oopsie. No, I did it the wrong way. Damn it, Midjourney, what are you doing to me? Okay, there we go. Back view of a warrior facing a dragon. Aspect ratio 16 by 9. We're going to keep it the same ratio. So we'll run that, and we're going to take a look at what it does. I'm just going to give you the basics. So will it give us a good image? Absolutely it will. You know why? Because Midjourney makes some good-ass images. Regardless of what you put in, Midjourney will always give you a good image. I said good-ass image. Is it the image that we want? Well, we were very clear with that one. Just a back view of a warrior facing a dragon. That's it. There's the warrior. The warrior is holding a sword in some cases, and other cases not. I really like this first one right here. This one down here. That's really cool. But there you go. So we could stop there and be like, we're done. Because that's what most people do. They'll put in like one sentence and then they're done. But that's not what we're doing today. So now we're going to try to add the additional part to this. And I'm going to say, imagine. Oh, by the way, I could do this an easier way. I can just hit this right here, and I can get rid of the stuff I don't want. So wide shot, back view, that's what I want until here. So we're going to get rid of everything else. And we're going to run that. So now we're adding wide shot to it. Historical. Like dragons are real? Of course they're real. They're real, damn it. You may need to slide a couple of realities over, but they are real. I believe they're real. Do astral projections and you might see the dragons. They existed. I don't know if they still exist. I had a guy come into tattoo shop once wanting a dragon. I asked him what style he wanted, like Chinese, Japanese, European. He goes, realistic. Yeah, okay. Just like the real ones. Oh, did you give him a T-Rex? No, I said so. I like the one in the Game of Thrones. He said, yeah. So you drew the D&D Dragonlance style? Nice. See, there you go. By the way, why isn't this isn't getting my YouTube? Okay, let's leave it there. All right, so far so good. So now we have a wide shot, and you notice how it's like a little farther out. You see more of the dragon. Very nice. I like it. It's going well. So far these words have mattered, right? So now let's go ahead and add the next part. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't know English enough, and that could be a possibility. But wreathed, sorry, the warrior is holding a sword, because obviously we don't want the dragon to be holding the sword. And it says wreathed. This is the word I don't know. In thunder and lightning. Now, I don't know if we needed thunder. I think lightning would have been the only thing you needed on that. But I'm writing it exactly as it is, because we want to see what it actually does to the image. So we'll add that part. A squirrel. He's holding a squirrel, not a sword. Okay, so if you notice, I got to make this a little bit bigger here so you guys can see the one before it. So we'll notice that now the biggest change is the fact that we are now seeing lightning. Now the lightning isn't necessarily on the sword, although it does look like it's glowing, so that's good. I mean, it's getting there. But now we're seeing lightning in it. It is definitely changing the style of the image, the way the image looks, as opposed to this was very plain very much something you would see in a Dungeons and Dragons book, maybe. And then here we're seeing a little bit more. Okay, now there's something going on, so I can see that. So that's still making a change. All right, so now let's go ahead and add our next part. Now the next word that they're using is ultra realistic. Now I don't really think you need the word ultra, but okay, let's do that. So ultra realistic, and we'll see what comes up there. I want to do these step by step. Trust me, you'll see when they stop making any sense. A giant squirrel, obviously, a dragon squirrel. Wreath usually means surrounded closely, sort of. Okay, cool. See, I've never used that word for that. You know, when the fire is on the sword, it's around it. You know, it surrounds. The fire surrounds it. That's what I say. Surrounds the sword. All right, let's see. Ultra realistic. Here we go again. I know exactly. It's got to be ultra realistic. So let's see if it's made any difference. Now remember, this is what we had so far, and now this is what we have now. Does this look any more realistic than the one before? They don't. They really don't. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if I look at these dragons, they pretty much look the same. And the guy, I mean, I think the only thing, the lighting maybe, not even sure. There's not a lot of change. And by the way, if I ran the other prompt again without the ultra realistic, we'd get images like this. Every time we run it, we'll get something different, but we'll get basically more intensity and stuff. But yeah, so see, so again, this word in this particular scenario really does not play a big role in it. However, if you were going to use realistic, you would probably use it at the very beginning of the prompt. Literal prompt trigger. Can something be more realistic than real? Well, it can look realistic, but does not necessarily mean it's real. I think that's what it is. So let's get to the next one. Now, this is one of my favorite words to use, but I don't use it by itself. And they're using it here by itself. They're calling it cinematic. Now, I can't type today. I like to use cinematic lighting, right? Or tone. Something on that one I like, but I've never used cinematic by itself. So I don't think this is, I don't know. How much difference is this going to make by itself? I mean, I see the one just like the background, just like the dragon I saw in my backyard last. Shut up. Oh my God. All right. So this is cinematic now. And again, there's not a lot of difference here. I would say that the upper right-hand corner, the lighting on it, that might make a change. But maybe some of the shadows and the lights. But for the most part, it really didn't make a huge difference. This is before, and this is now. So it's not, because of the fact that all it said is cinematic. So I don't think there's a lot of difference there. So again, this is a word that could have been used better if you added more to it. The whole reason why we use words in these prompts is so that they matter. Now, we're not going to get into the whole weight thing, like you can add more weight to certain words so they become more valuable in it. I'm not going to do that now, but I'm just going for basically what they put in. Here's the next one. Bright. Bright what? I don't know. Bright. Those are mushrooms in your backyard. Then they became dragons. Okay, now the only thing that I see different with using bright sorry about that. I had to yell out there because they're yelling outside of my door. Okay, so it says here, bright. Is it bright? I believe so. It's definitely a little brighter, but the reason why it looks brighter is because of like the colors it's using, and like there's more light in it. So maybe that's the difference, because this is kind of dull and this makes it a little bit brighter. So I would say, okay, I can see how that's working. We still have a lightning in there. We still have everything else. Everything stays the same, but that's what it is. So that does make a difference, but it's just, again, it's one of these words that you could have been more like specific of what you want it more bright, like bright backgrounds, bright floor, bright dragon. I don't know. You could have added a little bit more to it. Bright cinematic lighting. So here's the one that really confuses me. When they put in joyful atmosphere. Now this is a dragon and a warrior. I don't understand where joyful atmosphere comes into play. Now the word atmosphere makes a big difference in most cases on these prompts, but a joyful atmosphere, I don't know. I really don't know. Again, remember, this was the original up here. So is there a difference here? There's none. I mean, I'm looking at the one before it. And look at this one. I don't see anything that joyful atmosphere changes to it. I'm trying to see if maybe the atmosphere itself, but everything looks pretty much the same. There's clouds, there's lightning, there's intensity like in the other ones, but I don't see anything that this word actually did. So again, wasted word. Here's the next one that I find just as frustrating. Y2K aesthetics. I'm going to run these by themselves, by the way. I want to see what it gives me. So Y2K aesthetics. Or aesthetic. I think it's not plural, right? Okay. I have no clue what this would do. What is a Y2K aesthetic? Have Santa riding the dragon. That's more joyful. Probably joyful atmosphere. I don't know. So I when I was testing this out before, I kind of noticed one thing, and I think this is weird. I think the Y2K aesthetic has something to do with Asian culture. It makes no sense. Don't ask me why. But if you notice, the dragons and the fighters seem to be of ancient Asian culture, not ancient. I don't know why that is. Or Orient, let's say the Orient. And I remember a movie with Wesley Snipes, and it happened around Y2K, and I can't remember which one it is. And there was a theme of the year 2000. By the way, do you know what Y2K is? For those of you that are watching this that don't know, Y2K is basically from a computer bug that they realized later on, right before it was going to be the year 2000, that the computers were using 2-digit years. So your banking systems, everything, every computer system was using 2-digit years. And so that means that in 1999, it would say 99. The year 1999 was 99. And so the next year would have been 00. And 00 would have meant 1900 to that computer system. And that was a big deal, obviously. And so they changed it to a 4. I think they changed something else, but they made sure that it was not just 2 digits. So anyways, that's the story behind that. And there was a movie with Wesley Snipes, and I can't remember what the movie was called, but a big theme of that movie was during Y2K, and it was, I don't know if it was a Chinese ambassador or what it was, but there was a kind of an Asian culture going on and celebration during the Y2K. And maybe it's because China or Japan, both of them, tend to be the first ones that experience the New Year's. Maybe that's what it was. But that's kind of the only thing I see as difference there. Other than that, I don't really see anything. And that's just an assumption. Crashes after the year 2000. Yeah, the eyes remind me of the game Dragon's Lair. Interesting. Bits were expensive back then. Yeah, they were. All right, so that's Y2K aesthetic. Now, this other one, I know that it is something that people have used in prompts. And for the most part, I have seen it do some things. I don't notice the difference that it makes in this one. Village core. So I'll run this. And by the way, we're going to run these words by themselves in a moment and see what we get. But have you noticed that at this point, the image really hasn't changed a lot? It's kind of all the same, even though we're adding words to it. And that's what I mean about this prompt that this guy used. It really does not have any purpose with these words. This was village core. So I don't see anything different here. They obviously all look the same. It's just a different style dragon, a different warrior. The sword is different. The environment kind of basically all looks the same. I mean, if you just look at the colors are very similar. So there's not a lot of changing there. I'm going to do this next one is captivating. And this obviously is going to do absolutely nothing. Captivating. If you were to use the word captivating, you might want to use that at the beginning. A captivating image or a captivating scene of an image of blah, 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 blah. I don't think you would use this by itself later on, because even though some of you are going to say, well, that bottom one is pretty captivating. No, we had one very similar to this earlier. That is a nice image, by the way. I love that close up of the dragon and just a person. I think that is great. These other ones are just as good. I see Guino is playing Crusader Kings. So, okay, so I can see some things here that would be interesting. But no, I don't think it made a lot of difference as far as captivating. Do you think there is something? Maybe just a little bit? Maybe. Who knows? Again, very vague. That word by itself is just eh. All right, here's the one that everybody was talking about. Historical. What the hell makes this image historical? Historical. Let's write that one. You're trying to play King Crusaders or whatever it's called, and it keeps crashing. I'm sorry. Each image represents a different member of the village people for village core. Nice. Okay, so historical. Can you tell me what historical did to this image? I don't see anything. It doesn't make any sense. Historical is a word and a prompt that you would do when you are actually depicting something from history, not a dragon and warrior scene. So this does not work. All right. Okay. I know what this one does by itself. Sorry, I got to do it from here. This next one is Xmas Punk. Now I know what it does by itself. It actually gives it kind of a Christmassy, grungy look or Christmassy steampunk look. But I don't see it do much in this image other than, and I'll tell you what I think it's going to do. It probably is going to add some type of weather, like rain or snow or something like that. Xmas Punk. Let's see. A lot of these words should be used in conjunction with something else. Xmas Punk theme, Xmas Punk style, Xmas Punk background, Xmas Punk character, what it is. Now, what did I tell you? Didn't I say it was going to be some weather or snow? And sure enough, if you can't see it, I'll explain it. There's snow in this one on the left. I'm sorry, there's rain. There's rain in this one. You can see the lines, very faint, but they're there. On this one to the left, there's rain. And this one at the bottom, it's snowing. So that's what that Xmas Punk does. But is what it is. All right, so these next two I'm going to put together just because these do matter and they do make a difference. And I would put these in if I was really looking at this, low saturation and low contrast. So I'm going to put these together. Low saturation and low contrast. Oh, sorry. Low contrast. I'll put those both together. These are the last two. And both of these will actually do something to the image for the most part. But the problem is that there's all these other things on here that really mess up the whole prompt itself. So this is what we got. Notice the the Xmas Punk is working really hard. There's like snow and rain. So there we go. So that's their prompt, and that's how it works. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of change once you get past, I mean, ultra realistic to here, like maybe here, all of these don't work right. So this is what I want to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave ultra realistic and cinematic. I'm going to take away the rest of them. So I'm going to do this real quick. We're going to get rid of, and I'm going to change this around. Let me get rid of cinematic. I'm going to get rid of bright. I'm going to write a captivating, wide angle shot back view of a warrior facing a dragon. Yes, okay. The warrior's holding a sword, wreathed in lightning. I'm just going to take away thunder. Ultra realistic. Can I do photorealistic? I'm just curious. Photorealistic. Bright cinematic lighting. I'm using their words. And low saturation and low contrast. Now here's something else I want to do to this. Not low contrast. How about I just let's get rid of in. We don't have to use in. In is a word you don't have to use, by the way. Or and. So let's do that. And here's something I'm going to change. I'm going to say in the style of Boris Vallejo, is it? And Jim Lee. Okay. Comic book artist and a fantasy art guy. All right, then we're going to do that. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set a style to this. So I'm going to let it give it a really style it up. And I'm going to do a style, I'm going to go really high. I'm going to do 750. Style of 750. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to do anything else. That's all I'm doing. So now what will I get if I do this? So I've kind of just wrote everything around. Boris Johnson. No, not Boris. Boris Vallejo. I think it's Vallejo. So remember, all I did was rewrite their image, like just rewrite it. So this is where I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Like all that stuff didn't really matter. Everything is still there. Everything from I mean, it is different. I'll give you that, but it's there. Now, what if I run it again? Let's see. I'm just looking at the last ones. There's not a lot that changes. What it does do is it does put the have you noticed the warriors a lot smaller? It's definitely different. But for the most part, the scenes all have the same kind of atmosphere. Oh, did I take out Xmas Punk away? I think I did. But there you go. So again, a lot of these words don't really make a lot of difference at the end here, but if you move them around, the captivating wide angle shot instead of saying bright later, if combining the bright cinematic lighting, which I misspelled lighting, by the way, things like that, and maybe giving it a style. If I use a style of someone else, then it's going to change it. It's going to make it a little different. Boris Johnson paints. It's not Johnson. I don't know who the hell Boris Johnson is. All right. So last thing I want to do is I want to just see this. So these words that made no sense to me. Y2K aesthetic. Okay. We're just going to run that. I'm going to do it AR7. Let's give it the 16:9. Oopsie. What does that give me? And now we're going to do the same thing with imagine. What was the one? Xmas Punk. And then one more. Imagine Village Core. Okay. So this is what we got. So here is Y2K aesthetic. I've never seen this, so I've never heard of this. This is what Midjourney interprets as that word. I love that when you put a word into Midjourney, it will give you whatever it thinks that word is associated with. You don't even have to put a whole phrase. You'll just get this, and then you can go from there. Here's the other. This was Xmas Punk. It has to do with Christmas, and for some reason, it's sexy girls and a guy with a gun. I don't know why, but there it is. Let's try another one. By the way, did not go 16:9, did it? Oh, I didn't put AR. I didn't put it properly. Can we fix that? I thought I put the. It didn't. I thought I did. Let me see what else it gives me. All right, here's Village Core. And now I think it's the fact that you're using the word village, but there really is nothing there that is similar that you could say, oh, that's a style. So it's really weird. I just don't know why these words are used in some cases. So here's another one. Look. So now that I have it at 16:9, because it changes the actual size of what it's putting out there, it doesn't give me a person anymore. Now it's giving me a freaking steampunk style village that's during Christmas time. Very strange how that works. So that's kind of what I see. So every time when I break these down, I just think that a lot of these words are just useless. Like all of these right here. They play no role in the actual prompt itself. It's fun to look through the magazine, the Midjourney magazine, because you get to pick these things out. A lot of times, the shorter, the better, but the more descriptive it is. If you're going to put a word in there, it should describe something. Captivating what? What do you mean by historical in a dragon picture? You know, I have no clue. I kind of like this one, so let me upsize this one too. By the way, I don't keep any of these because this isn't a prompt that I created. This is just a prompt from a magazine, so I don't like to do that. Look at that. That's just amazing. Scary as heck, but it's amazing. And that's a simple one. All right, so that's what I got. That's on that. It was just I really wanted to see the breakdown of that. And it's anything that we create that way. Any prompt that we take and we take it apart, we'll notice how it changes. But there are some prompts that just won't change anymore, no matter what you put to it. And that's where you have to learn how to do weighted prompts. And that's we're not going to cover that today. That's pretty cool though. All right, let me get this out of the screen. Do I have anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, that's it. So that's what's going on, man. Oh, nice. So that's the way to do a 2-hour stream. Nice and quick, nice and easy with some topics. Good stuff. Boris Johnson. Is he a painter? I've never heard of him. Really, today was to test out to see if the multi-stream work. And if it does, I'm going to keep doing this. Boris Johnson. He's... I know who this is. I don't know why I was thinking of a sports guy because it came from Guino. Like, he dabbles in it. Nice. I wasn't thinking it was a political guy. I thought you were talking about some sports guy or something. Yeah. See, look at that. Bringing up politics. That's why. It wasn't even in my head. Windows 11, relinquish your freedom. Hey, it works. I've got Windows 10 on my other machine. I've got Linux installed in another machine over here. And obviously I've got a Mac sitting right here. By the way, I'm so annoyed with my Mac because obviously it's an older Mac and I can't upgrade it anymore because it only goes up to 10. And supposedly I have to have at least version 14 in order to use the ChatGPT desktop app. It's so annoying. I was so sad. But I don't want to get rid, this thing, I've had this, not that. I've had this for like 2013, 2014, 2013. It's a long time, man. And it still works. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to change it. I don't want to spend that much money on another freaking Mac when I don't even use it much. I have my my laptop behind me here. That's what I use as a PC. And obviously I'm running on PC all the time. I don't know. It's just not something that I need to mess with. But I do like the idea that I could mess around with ChatGPT desktop app. I can't. Not on this one. Brink, you probably can. Anyways. All right, guys. I think that's it for me for now. This was just a Tuesday stream. Normally we don't do Tuesdays. It's usually a Mondays. So our next stream is supposed to be on Friday. It is a YouTube stream, obviously. But obviously if we're doing multi-streaming, hey, guess what? We're going to be here as well. So we're going to be everywhere. I'm trying to figure out if I can do streams through TikTok and Instagram. But I'll figure out the Facebook one. Brink, you could probably use the ChatGPT desktop app on your Mac. Because you have a newer Mac than I do. It's part of the, yeah, if you use it, it's local. It's great. Well, I don't know if it's local, but it's still great. You use Apple, so you gave up your freedom long ago. I used Apple a long time ago for design. When I was doing graphic design, that's what I used my Apples for. I had a whole ecosystem, but then I switched back to PC. So there you go. Give up my freedom. Nice. Anyways, all right, guys, have a great one. I will see you in the next one. We schedule for Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, you never know. I'm supposed to do a Twitch Thursday, but if I do stream on Thursday, it will be not just on Twitch, it'll be everywhere. So we'll go from there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was a good time. It was fun. I know I pushed a lot of buttons, especially with that conversation about this one guy losing his AI job and coming down on him hard. But hey, it's reality, and it's just, let's point the finger where it needs to be pointed. It's not AI, man. It wasn't. There was a lot of other reasons why he lost his job. And if you're in that situation, don't blame it on something else. Let's be realistic. So because only by being realistic is when we can improve things. And that's just how it goes. Trust me, I have to deal with that all the time too. It's not like my life is easygoing, but I don't sit here and vent about it on stream. Anyhow, make sure you give this a thumbs up, give this a like, follow if you're not, subscribe and all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. And it makes my day go so much better when I see all those likes. It just fills me up with warm stuff. No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding. Just do it because you'd like me. All right. Until next time, have a great weekend. I'm sorry. I'm already in the weekend. Have a great week. I will see you soon. For those rest of you that I see on Discord, I will see you soon. Even sooner. Until then, I'm out. Peace. You know what? I need to figure out how to stop putting my buttons on the left, especially my Stream Deck. Because every time I say peace, I'm ready to go, and I'm like, oh shit, it's over there. So I'll fix that for later. It's always these bloopers that get me.